We are the hunters of the shadow. Rise and face the beast's dark gallows. With every strike we take our oath. For the light we break their hold.
again. Coca's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, a lot of people didn't like my anime voice, and I was so sad. Some people didn't like. Let me phrase that. It was 50-50. I liked it, enjoyed it. Other people liked it, enjoyed it. Some people didn't enjoy it. They liked my voice actually when I got a lot of feedback, and people like my actual voice that I actually talk with on TikTok. So I guess they like the darker tone, or they don't want to hear weeviness. It is, anyways. Oh gosh, that's loud. Turn that down to my headset. Well, my headset don't control anything anymore. It's strange. Dang, it's strange. Okay. I don't know what's up with the volume on here. This is just so domineering, I swear. I don't know what's so loud to me in my headset, and it's not, it's like, I even turned the headset down. It's either two volumes. It's like two volumes. It's loud or no sound at all. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. Back to this. I'm trying to debate what actual class I'm going to choose. Let me just go back and do the settings here. This is loud as all stuff on here. Options. Why is it super loud? We'll never know. Like, I don't mind the ambient noise and stuff like that, but good gosh. Alright, there we go. So we got that going. Hope my multi chat's working correctly. We'll see if that's doing it. More likely it's doing it. Okay, we'll hope for the best. I'm checking to make sure. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're Gucci. Alright, first time playing this. I played it a very long time ago, a while back. But not like dove into it completely. I've watched it being played a lot. Of course, the elves are pretty. I've also gonna create a gunner too. No ninja yet. I have to do some grind for ninja. Alright. I've been debating. Think about if I actually were to try to get to a party. DPSs are always picked out no matter what. Tanking has got a big responsibility. Usually I'm the healer, but I actually want to do some stuff actually on this game, actually get into the mix. So I guess I will try tanking it out a little bit. Ah, preset's not bad. No spiky hair. Looks like that's a no. Actually, spiky enough. We'll go blonde hair. I ain't gonna go crazy with the stuff in general. Looks like that's in-game stuff. There we go, deep dark voice. There we go. We're going to be Coca. Appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sandberg 453. I appreciate that. See what else we do. Coca PNG. Aww. There we go. Oh wow. That reach is gonna be real. I kind of want to be Brawler, but I guess there was no Brawler class from the get-go in Classic, though. I definitely want to play. Alright, we will... Ooh. Ooh. Let me plug this in. There we go, baby. Yeah, boy. Your boy likes controller play. Your boy likes controller play. He loves controller play. Interact with the... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh.
Let me share some ancient lore.
Alright.
This isn't my first rodeo. Quit! I don't know the meaning of the word.
Don't want to die.
Another day, another youngster. This isn't my first rodeo. Quit! I don't know the meaning of the word. Never say die.
Feel the force of magic.
Feel the force. Don't stop till you get enough.
Can I help somehow?
Alright.
Not my fault. Good to meet you. Right?
Get better gear. Alrighty.
Anything we can do?
Get geared up. Oh. What's Type 2 look like? Okay. What's inventory? That's world map, mini map. No PvP allowed. We're already selected down here. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't mean to use it. There we go.
You're not like the rest of them.
Let's take a look and see. Oh! Interesting enough.
For the Federation.
I miss home.
This home. Fuck this
Hungry, angry, tired. You?
Our foes are fearful. Bring it.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Gun.
back. Sorry for the wait. Took me a minute. Alright. Actually, let me do one more thing first. Where is... Have to order something. Hope it's still on sale, honestly. I think it is. Yeah, it's still on sale. Question is, I want one the remote or what? Okay. Let me get all this stuff out of here. Delete. Delete. All right. All right. Wanted it ordered, so it's ordered now. All right. Being an adult is never fun. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. All right. Uh-oh. Breach stub.
Too many forget the basics. Believe in your own strength.
In other words, don't sweat the technique. That's what he's trying to say. All right. I'm level 20 now. Okay. Platforming action, yay! Figured it'd teach me how to fight first, though, honestly. Jackie Chan! Okay. That works. Oh, what happened to you? I'm up the ladder. Climb it up to the top. Up, up, up. There you go. Up some more. You'll enter combat soon. Learn those skills with the toolbar. Demonic zombies. Targeting button? Probably not. Uh-oh, don't fall. Oh, exit jump. Okay. So shields B. Okay. See, I want to throw katana. I want to throw like saw blades like that. Oh, I missed that one. Down goes Graveyard. Down goes. Let's advance forward. Retaliate. Oh, wow.
It's time to take action.
You don't need my ass. He destroy everything.
It's time to take action.
That's a big chungus. B5-0 from. What hill did you fall from? Oh, wow. Oh gosh. Ow. Wow. That was embarrassing. I tanked it. Learning, it looks like. What is this? I missed that one. No longer in combat.
Our forces on the island of Dawn.
I gotta learn how to fight, it looks like.
And Elion,
I'm having
the
problems.
expedition leader.
Keys, man. I'm just getting my tank kicked in right now.
Velkion's greatest heroes. So the Federation's high command planned a search. But Samael, commander of the forces in Velica, urged caution. The Federation can't spare troops with so many battles raging on the Argonne front. Elion's brother, Leander, demanded action and set out for the island.
Leander!
Samael offered some help.
Samil!
Young recruits to search for Elion and explore the Island of Dawn as they train for battle. Inspired by Elion's heroism and eager to do your part,
I'm doing my part.
you were one of the first to volunteer.
I am here for it.
There it is! The Island of Dawn! Now we'll see some action!
Patience, recruit. Whatever's on that island wiped out the first expedition. It's a graveyard for the arrogant.
Ha!
A graveyard for the arrogant. I actually will use that phrase. I'm stealing that.
Who's with me?
Alright, quote it, guys. Graveyard for the
On the
arrogant.
day I heard about a mysterious island rising out of the sea, I dreamed I'd see it for myself.
Oh, Fuzzy Bear, I want to plant him.
Then you need more ambitious dreams, my friend.
A tiefling?
Mysterious island equals
That's a
ancient
tiefling.
treasures. Equals the perfect place for me.
By the Titans, that island is huge.
Enough chatter, recruits.
I've heard that
Get down
before.
there and report for duty. For the Federation.
Oh, I got my own flying horse. Okay. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Oh. Plot. I like the plot. I really like the plot a lot. I might use mouse and keyboard because control still doesn't feel like good. Alright. Switch it back to mouse and keyboard. I thought controls would be really, really solid, but mouse and keyboard just not solid. I'm gonna unplug now. I just suck too though, so I can live with that factor.
For the Federation.
We'll try it with mouse and keyboard, see if I just suck or not. Oh, head south.
Power makes its own rules. I respect your altitude.
Wow. You know, this is the thing with MMOs, and this is why I can't. This is where some games get it right, some games get it wrong. Look at this aesthetic here. Look at this. Look at that aesthetic here. Why can't MMORPGs get it right? Like other MMORPGs I played recently, like Chrono Odyssey, it looks good, but look at this aesthetic here. It feels like that, even with these dated graphics, this just like feels like it's just generally like cleaner.
Something important.
Alright.
Is this worth my time? I hope you stick around.
Alright, let's go ahead and do the thing.
Actually, I do come here often.
Feeling slow, drink a speed drink. Do I have a streak in my system? Alright.
Elves lead the way.
Alright, I will say hello to this person. How'd I say? I want a mount. Do I have a mount? Do I have a mount? I ain't got no mounts. Let's hair store load up. No, I got no points. I want a mount. I want a mount. Where can I get a mount? Let's check my inventory. Do I have a mount? No, I have no mount. I'm just a pleb. Okay. Alright, we're gonna wreck this clown. Moved out of the way. Is there a dash? If I didn't want to get Pete, I would have moved the hell out of the way. Oh, there is a dodge. Let's see. Actually, I want to learn how to block a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh. Get a good block. What's up, GD Dexter? How you doing today? You got hit with commercials? Yeah. Freaking Twitch. If you don't, I'm doing pretty good. If you don't want to look at commercials, I do know that Kick, I do have to stream on Kick, Twitter, and also TikTok don't have commercials, so either one of those will not have commercials. Need a few more. Oh, fair enough. That works too. Oh, I just can't aim. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that one. Probably gonna switch the comeback button. Oh yeah, I actually played a little bit of this, but I didn't really get into it as much as the other games. This is back when I was on my PSU/PSO kick. I was playing on the JP servers. So I missed a lot of this game effectively. I watched a lot back in the day, but I missed a lot of it too. What is... Oh, okay. Active. Learn. Okay. Now learn Shield Bash. So Shield Bash is 1. Dang, I'm gonna need my MMO mouse again. Wildstar was classic. I remember Wildstar too. I just think Wildstar came out at the wrong time. If it came out nowadays, it would kill everything,
We're all in
honestly.
this together, eh?
I feel like Wildstar just came out to saturate the MMO market. That's been like some cases for some MMOs. And basically, what it comes down to is that when you have really good games with really good IPs before them, you basically have to fight against that, along with the fan base, too, on top of that. And the fan base is kind of really dedicated at that point. Wildstar came in completely blinded and kind of changed up the market overall, too. It was a shame, though, how it was it feels like that it's always consistent that CEOs or the corporate mess up all the games like this. It always seems like to be that way. Especially when the games are going good and they're making money. And they like, oh, we're going to make more money faster. And then they crash out completely.
Always question, always test. Breathe deeply.
Oh yeah, because they know better. Because people actually develop a game, actually own the game too.
Stay true to the
So
deals
that
you
actually helps out with that factor there.
make. Do not start what you can't finish.
That's another thing that's underlying on top of that. The developers of Guild Wars are basically the owners of it too. A lot of people don't really realize that. They're like one of the bigger indie games. He's moonwalking.
Always willing to lend my expertise.
He was moonwalking. So, Nurse Kides, alright. Aeon was really good too, though. The only reason Aeon lost because he lost to like Fly for Fun. Or Fliff. Yep, corporate messed that up too. Oh, that should have dropped. Getting the good old hunting. Are they gonna fight each other? Oh, that would have been fun. Every race has skills on its own. That's funny. Yeah. Every race has skills on their own, and FC list didn't get released either. I still find it's quite funny too. Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Wow. Get one of them off. Alright. Speed mode, gen mode. Okay. Yeah, I never understood. How come that, like, you know, if you have an MMO, the number one thing that you have to do is server stability. How come that some MMOs cannot do that?
Can I help?
Or have not figured that out yet? It's like they don't even test their product half the time.
Great, Belk. We got it done. Thanks for your help. For Valkia. The Federation thanks you. I like the way you do things.
Alright.
Head east and look for piglings clustered around a set of trees. Vekis the Wicked Has a thing for piglings, I guess.
That sounds kind of creepy, yo guy.
Let him pick on something his own size. Or at least something that's not a pig.
Yay, boss fight. Oh, I should say hi. Uh-oh. Oh wow, that actually hurt. Oh yeah, he got knocked down. I should have pounced on him. I should have UFC'd his ass and pounced on him next time. Ooh. Is that gear? Yes. That's gear. Okay, let's do that. Boo. And oh, I forgot to equip that one too. Loot. Yeah, Rift should have really took off better than it did. I think it was just the wrong. I just feel like it was the wrong battle system for it overall with Rift.
Tomorrow the world.
They should have diversified more on that situation.
Are you ready? Let's get it done.
Alright. Oh, there you got it. Oh, the event-based stuff was what made Rift such special on that one. I mean, that's the thing about, like, that. There's new MMOs that are coming out with event-based stuff, which that should be the norm at this point.
Ready to battle alongside us?
Alrighty. Deliver the commander's reports. Learn spring attack. Alright, got spring attack now. Yeah, Guild Wars 3 will be a surprise for everybody, I believe, at this point. It'll come out when nobody expects it, and then roughly it'll just like be a... I hope they do like Elder Scrolls, do a drop release on it, and just like, people will flood that sun gun pretty quick. I think we'll get eyes on it sooner than that, as far as like, release date I do believe in 2027, but I do think we'll get eyes on it sooner than that.
How can I help?
Yeah, just like, yeah. That's what I'm probably thinking as well, too, on that.
Something important?
Did I get some more gear? Yep, and... I got this clothing.
Let's get it started. Chin up, eyes front.
Training bomb. Oh, okay. Alright. Am I supposed to yell something like that when I do that?
You need an assist? Keep it together, people.
A training bomb. Boom. Does it have fall damage? Better not go too high. Well, I might have fall damage.
Let's get it done.
These ears await your words.
Wow, that has plenty. She has plenty of plot to talk about. Gosh, dog. Okay. I didn't know Fizz was worth that well back in the day like that.
May memory endure. Remember this meeting.
Plenty of plot here. Lots of plot. Okay. Gotta refocus. Wusa. Server. Private server. Set up a campfire to build your stamina. Okay. Let me do that then. There's another campfire nearby. How about this now? There's another campfire nearby. Alright, how about this? How far do I have to be away? There we go. Alright, makes sense. Oh, I can't climb on the side. Oh. To 120, okay. Oh, what's going on, buddy? How you doing today? Yeah, this is a classic, definitely. I've been seeing it pop up on streams, like, recently. And apparently this server started, like, gaining a lot of popularity. Jeremy started playing it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this out. I hadn't played Terra in, like, decade. I played a little bit of it, but I was like, but it was right before PSO2 came out in Japan. So I was like, I missed out on a lot of that gameplay because of that. That was one thing, that's the one thing I didn't get to play was Terra online as much. Mainly because of PSO2. Which, don't get me wrong, JB PSO2 was fire. But I missed a lot of it because of that. Use the onslaught charm at the campfire. Okay. Campfire's right here. And there we go. So PSO2 kept you away from it? Yeah. It was just timing. A lot of these games did get a lot of love because of timing and stuff like that. You could have had, the thing about it, this one had jumping and melee combat too, but this was more of a mouse and keyboard type of action game, while PSO2 was like pure action combat. Dude, and hurts my feelings how NGS turned out though. NGS was supposed to be like the better version of PSO2, but it killed itself. Like, it's kind of strange to think about PSO2 now, the fact that I look at all the content creators of PSO2 NGS, there's only like 1 or 2 left that are still there. Everybody else is just left or has got out of content creation because of the PSO2 NGS. It's wild. Someone went to other games, someone went to gacha MMOs, some of them just stopped content creating in general.
An auspicious visit.
And then roughly some of the newer creators that they actually have on the roster are so zealot, almost toxic like at that point. And that kind of killed like a lot of people, kind of scared a lot of people away from playing it overall.
Be the weapon.
Which PSO2 in its own game is a good game, but it doesn't feel like a PSO2 game. And that's the only sad thing about it. I may have to stream that again to actually kind of show like the differences between PSO2 versus PSO2 NGS. It's strange to say that hindsight of that, and this is kind of a hindsight thought of this, that I could sit here and think about the launch of PSO2, how many maps they had, stuff like that, and the release of it. It had like 10 times more substance in that smaller of a grid because of the development of the character and also the leveling and also the systems implemented than NGS has right now. It's kind of like you play NGS, it's theme park, they give you gear. If you want to come back, just wait to the event, they'll give you gear to catch up, and it's like every time.
Victory for Valkion.
PSO2 did that too, but it was nowhere near as often. But also on top of that, it ain't the fact that he gave you like gear that was just like top tier gear out of the box. You basically could get the top tier gear easier on the older gear, but actually had to earn new gear too at the same time. Like I still remember when 13 stars were very first implemented. Like the 13-star weapons were basically implemented in the in some of the raid events, which that kind of killed PSO overall to me, because I feel like that the biggest thing about PSO was the grind, not because of like you have to wait till this thing to wait till that thing happens, and then it made the drop rate so abysmal in that scenario. But they released the tougher missions overall, and it was like higher level enemies, everything like that. The enemies look different, they move different. We lovingly named like one of the enemies Rey Mysterio. And it was a grind. It was actually a fight in those missions. It was 12 person going in, and you basically had people getting murked on there because of the difficulty of that. But there was always that little chance that you see that little rainbow drop, and you realize that boom, you got a rare, and it was beautiful at that time. It made loot actually worth fighting for. Okay, oh, never rock. Okay. Alright. It made loot worth actually going for at that point, because you could grind and farm for it. There we go. I got it. Then I think where it kind of went to the, I guess where it went to the quote-unquote like lull period was when they actually released the defense missions as event missions. Like, you know, defense missions are okay, yes, but it was basically gap filler after gap filler. Nobody wanted to grind defense missions. It was fun, like maybe once in a while, but that was not the mission that everybody like wanted to do. People wanted to actually fight big giant raid bosses and stuff. People want to get into it and actually fight like new bosses each time with each raid type deal. Like the falls missions were awesome. Like they kept on doing that with different bosses. People would still be playing PSO2 right now. And that's why I look at it that way as well too. They pulled away from by releasing this defense missions. Then like the last two episodes, they stopped with the defense mission BS. They started going with like giant raid bosses, and it's like epic bosses. You had to go with different, like you had to eat in episode 5. You had to fight the giant neck and chase down like the battleship and stuff like that. That was like coolest thing ever. And then basically flew into space on one of them. And then you fought them on foot and stuff like that. And it was like raid missions like that were memorable. Nobody remembers Mining Defense Mission 3. They remember basically released this. Yeah, that's how they lulled it out. They released the Mining Mission Base 1, then they released the second one, then they released the third one, and the drops were not even worth it. And then if you were a top tier player, it wasn't worth it either at that point, because roughly there's no extra things for doing it.
Words are
like if I asked the PSL what raid they remember the most off of the event missions, or basically like these emergency quests, they'll talk about either Dark Falls, they'll talk about False Mother, or something like that. Another thing is, why didn't freaking what's her name get her own freaking event mission? You had to solo her. Yes, NGS maybe like just like when I yell about NGS, people think I'm yelling at clouds at that point. They call me the old man yelling at clouds. That's how I feel when I yell at NGS. like, I could say, I could probably name a handful of people that from, like, old school PSO that I know still's on there. Heck, even Gundam Customs, even GM Customs not even on PSO NGS anymore. That says something right there. It was hard to. It was definitely hard to. Alright, well. You stayed longer than I did, because when most of my guild went over to Final Fantasy 14, that's when I stopped playing as much. And I tried to come back and see what's going on. It's like, what? I was like, what audience are they targeting with this stuff? They don't even. It's like the core player base is not the same anymore. Heck, even Crystal of Atlan out PSO 2. And that says something right there. Like, I've never played Crystal of Atlan. It's a gotcha game that's actually more like PSO than PSO 2 is. Oh man, that says something right there. But Sega doesn't care because the whales will keep paying it. Because they want the cute little fashion. They forgot the core thing that made PSO really good. And the core thing that made PSO really good was the factor that it was a game that happened to have fashion, but the best thing about the game was the fact you find loot in the game to make your character better and fight different challenges and stuff like that. Oh, another thing I disliked about, like, the changes on PSO. I mean, PSO to PSO 2, or even Universe did it better as well, too, on top of that. They actually make gear less meaningful. As far as, like, once you get a piece of gear, you knew you had something special. They kind of kept it in PSO 2, where they actually had, like, different abilities for some different gear and stuff like that, but it changed the build. It didn't change the build like it was on there. Like, base PSO 2, originally, like, episodes 1 through 3, like, you had different builds. Like, you had diversity of builds and stuff like that. There was, like, to be frank, there was, like, around probably 90 builds in PSO 2 originally. Like, different class setups, different build setups. Even with the crafting, kept that actual energy going. But then they actually got rid of all that. They make certain classes meta because they took like actual abilities away from gear. Like, for example, only people that played PSO 2 base remember this. Innocent Appearance, Windstorm, basically. Basically, you spammed the simple spell of Windstorm and had a lot of DPS from that. It was from the Elysian. And that was like actually one of the better builds out there because of stuff like that. Heck, even somebody made a bouncer build with a one-shot freaking bow and arrow build because of special abilities and stuff like that. They nerfed that into the ground because they were one-shot bosses too. But somebody created that. Oh, I missed that swing. Like the build complexity of it just really was killed like after a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I love the classes after that. The class ideas were phenomenal, but they took away the build diversity on that. It's basically you play one of the advanced classes or don't play at all. The only reason I was able to play as Tekker for so long is for the factor that, hey, I provide buffs over to everybody. I provided good buffs. That made everybody's DPS goes up. So basically, I contribute to like an extra 30% overall of their DPS right there because the buffs were so good. And then on top of that, I kept you alive at the same time, so you didn't have to worry about actually popping have to worry about actually making a tankier build. Just stuff like that. That's how it goes. Somebody's got to remind me. I actually got to implement a chat thing set soon. Where chat scrolls on the screen and stuff like that. Thought I had it on there, but it looks like it's off right now. Let me see if it's actually still working or not. No, chat's just not there. Yeah, that's why I hate stuff that. Oh, let's see if it shows up here. Let's see. We'll test it out. We'll test if the chat goes through here. We'll see. We'll see. Is it that small or is it not showing up at all? I think it's just that small. No, it's not showing up at all in there. I'll get that working again in a second, but yeah. Just have all the chats just popping up here. Where's that chat thing? Let's see if it posts. We'll see if it posts here or not. Of course, it won't show up here. Okay. I hate when it does that shenanigans. Oh. Put the wrong thing in. There we go. That's one way of doing it, but there's a simple way of doing it. See. I'll do it later because shenanigans. But yeah, conversation being had is basically about PSO and stuff like that. And I want different chats to actually understand that yeah, this is the issue with a lot of like games like that getting taken away from us overall. Like for real. It feels like that games are being thrown out there that are either A, they basically try to make $1 before they try to make a really good game. And they basically just like a crash grab. Like, this example is like a lot of these Korean games. Which makes me sad to think about it for the fact some of them are really good, but they're basically designed to be a 1 month in. Get all your money while they can. Get all their money on the front end, and then don't care about them after that. While just making the next one. Oh, better drink this first. All right, Jackie Chan. Oh wow, that did work. Okay, why do I have this here? What did I get? Playtime reward. Okay. Let's see what that is. Goddess Blessing. Let's see what this is. You're busy. Oh, boo. Oh, pet food. So I got pet food here. But I don't have a pet though. Guess they're planning on me having a pet then. But yeah, that's the buzzkill about games like that. The fact that you get a solid game from the get with other games. And roughly, like for example, PSO2 was a 10-year MMO. And they had their bad spots, yes, but people still played it like decade. PSO1 is still being played today. That's been 20 plus years old. PSU is still being played. That's 15 plus years old. These are like MMOs that, or actually, let me phrase that. 16 plus years old. MMOs are still being played right now because they actually have something that keeps people coming back.
Is this worth my time?
Yeah, I play on PS. I actually got on the PSO block. I'm on Clementine. Clementine's got my vote for the longest time on that one. They even added new missions and stuff to it on there. They even put the Acromaster class in there and made it balanced. The fact that Acromaster in there shocked me even more so. I thought it was a myth that they, like, there's some people that said, oh, we did have Acromaster, but they didn't put it in because they was going to release PSO 2. And I was like, surely they would have done it like dairy like that. But no, Acromaster was in the game data. And roughly got to play as it. Acromaster is one of those classes that like is, it gets you, it's really solid at first, but you're really, really squishy. But once you build up to it, oh goodness. It turns into something special after you like level up for a while. Acromaster was definitely fire. And that's another thing about, that's another thing about the PSO games. They took away a lot of, like, PSU had a lot of classes. And there was a lot of class diversity and also benefits for each class overall, too. Even when the Master class came out, other classes still had uses for them. Oh, where'd it go? I just walked past them. Like, even though it was a 5 Master, 5 Gunners were still good because of the benefits they had with their class and stuff like that. Oh, let's listen to what the leader has to say.
You have my attention. For the Federation.
Oh, right here.
Wait, huh?
The boy girl, okay. Or the girl boy, I don't know. What do we call him? And he just stroked his hair. Really? That's what he had to say? Talk to Taurus. Where's Taurus at? Okay. Alright. Oh, right here. There we go.
This ought to be hilarious.
Hey, everybody else has mounts. I want a mount. Kill the horn to the west of Tower Base. Alright. Knockdowns. Knockdowns. Okay. Probably gonna switch classes, honestly. To be fair, I like the tank class, but I'm probably gonna like a melee class better. Send it in. There we go. Oh, I wasn't supposed to fight that. I wonder if it's a perfect parry or not. I didn't miss that. He's tough. more. Oh, I forgot to check if I any more skills. Ah, I can upgrade. And then shield bash. All right. Good combo. Take the cooldown on that one. Oh wow, that went through all my guard on that. Speak to Tiny. But yeah, as far as like
visitors teach us much.
Games and enjoyment, this definitely is actually up there at the moment. This kind of brings me back. Spore Walkers. There we go. And loot? What'd I get loot-wise? Getting up at trash so far. Okay. Alright, so my wish list for the next PSO. My wish list for next PSO will be basically a remake of PSO 1 with PSO 2's gameplay, and also the unreleased episode 5 and 6 of PSO 1. Because it's there. They just didn't release it. They had plans. Episode 4 was like, the only reason episode 4 was like so short. Wasn't really short, it was just like, it was designed to be like an in-game challenge, but it was supposed to be in the episode 5 and 6 of that. They were ready to go on PC. Heck, they were ready to go on Xbox. Hence why the Switch version, it's not Switch version, I'm sorry. The GameCube version looked like $1 million, in fact. They basically made a graphical upgrade with the PSO 1 version of the not PS1, GameCube version of the game, an Xbox version of the game. They were ready to go with like a bunch of episodes, but it's like, no, we're gonna do PSU. We're pivoting to a new game. The only reason they actually lost, I wouldn't say they lost confidence in it, but they wanted to move on to a different game because they wanted an actual different system of payment. And that was the only reason why that's the only reason why they abandoned PSO 1. Oh, I went back too early. From my understanding on that. And they also was going to incorporate with Xbox 360 as well too. Believe it or not, it was actually going to be a launch title too. They just didn't get it out in time. They just couldn't get all the systems done in time because of and this is where Xbox screws everybody over again.
Wait, huh?
They wanted to be separate servers from everybody else. They wanted to actually go through all these guidelines to get everything pre-approved through them. Even though that nobody else had to follow the same guidelines, Sega had to follow this BS.
You look confused, child.
It was just a wild... Ooh. Got a whole slew of gear. Dang, it geared me up. I leveled up in gear. Look at that. Look at that sexiness. don't think I got a better weapon, did I? Or did I get a better weapon? No, I did not. I already did. Yeah, I did get a weapon. I already clipped it on there. Let's see. But yeah, the biggest drawback, the thing about it is that Sega killed their own games. Sega's the #1 killer of their own games by a long shot. They get somebody else in charge, or they always intentionally send the scrub to run the stuff, and then they come up with these crazy ideas. Like, for one, they made an anime. Yeah, they made an anime making fun of the player base. That was not well received. It was good chuckles, but they made fun of the player base effectively on that. They wanted to use it to showcase a class. So then, they scrapped that anime, and then somebody else made the anime, which that cost even more money, and made a freaking, what's it called? They made a much better anime. They actually used all the characters from PSO2. They actually showed the seriousness of the situation, which was an outstanding anime, by the way. Don't look at the PSO2 anime that was making fun of the player base. Look at the PSO2 anime that actually had the players. Let me see what it was called. It was called... Let me see which one it was called. Not the animation. It was the... Which one? Where is it at? Yeah, Episode Oracle. Episode Oracle. No, I don't think it was Episode. Was it Episode Oracle or was it something else? I think it was Episode Oracle. Yeah, Episode Oracle. That is correct. That is the anime you should watch. Because it did it right. It kept the serious themes and stuff like that, and roughly brought people back to the game. But of course, they were using that for advertising for the new PSO2 NGS. Which, let's be real about it, it was just there to be a engine tester for all their future Sega games. I'm just going to say it out loud. And people get mad if you're saying this. I'll say it out loud. All PSO2 NGS is just the engine tester for their future games and their game makers. If you look at all the tools used in the house making and stuff like that, why don't people think there was like ability to get a house in part 1 of the actual new NGS game? Even though it was actually implemented day 1 on the PSO2. Because they didn't have it completely, they didn't want to give the developer tools to the crowd yet, without limitations. So, they released it, finally, after like I think it was like a year and a half or so. And as you notice, there's like a lot of building blocks and stuff like that. But, you know, if people don't believe me about PSO2 being a testing thing for future PSO2, for future Sega games overall, you want to know the best example of like it being like similar looking to the Sonic the Hedgehog game that came out around the same time. If you look at the newest Sonic the Hedgehog game, if you've noticed how like the design, the aesthetic looks about it, the open world design, stuff like that, and how fast Sonic moves and how the level looks and stuff like that, you would probably notice how well it looks similar to each other. But another thing you could do is look at the game files. You'll see a lot of similarities in there too. So if people don't know about like what PSO2 NGS really is, all it was is this is a game tester for all the freaking future Sega games coming out. And the community's getting cut again. We are the guys sitting in the chair watching their watching their pride and joy of PSO2 of Phantasy Star getting hoard out. That's what we are. Dang, I don't know. I get me on a rant about PSO2. I can talk about that all day, honestly. Throw a bomb at me. I've thought about doing a video about that too. But I really don't want the PSO. I really don't want PSO crazies to get after me either, though. The only reason I have not made a video about that is because I know the crazies will come after me. I've seen the crazies come after me when I talked about, like, when I even made a comment saying, this update doesn't look that impressive or something like that. They got mad at me for that. There was actually some stuff that was super undefensible that they actually had to acknowledge after a while. Because I really don't want to cut the tech tone of the PSO community at this point. And I'll say this out loud too, they ran Amada off as well. You know, even though Amada said they retired, I will still say this to this day that Amada was not treated correctly. I will despise them for how they treated Amada. It was not right. Sega encouraged it, and that's what made it so worse. Amada's too much of a nice person not to say anything about it. But I think the biggest thing is when GM Custom got away from PSO, that's when people should have really like, there's something wrong here. But no, there are people that are blindly will go into it. Oh. Hello.
For the Federation.
That's a lot of plot there. So what storyline you got to tell me now?
Helping others is a delight.
Alright, where are we going now? Clear out the X-Ship minions from a Tainted Gorge garrison. Where's the Tainted Gorge garrison? Oh, that way. But yeah. And mark my words on this, and I'll say this much as well too. And Sega knows this too, and this is the worst part about it. They don't, the suits don't believe it, and they don't want to test this out because they don't want to be proven wrong. They hate, instead of wanting to make money, they will be proven wrong. If they ever released PSO1 and episode 1 and 2 on GameCube, release episode 3, finish up episode 4, release that on the GameCube as well. Not on GameCube. Yeah, on the GameCube emulator for Switch too. They would probably sell, Witch 2 would already sell out after that. Would sell even more so than now. Because people would buy Switch 2 just to play PSO 1 and the actual unfinished PSO 4. People would play it. People would buy a console to play it. Because I know I'd buy the console to play it. My minions here avenge you. I don't know about that, Chief. I definitely don't know about that, Chief. We're getting nuts.
Pick up the pace. Victory at any price.
Yeah, think about games coming out relatively soon. Chrono Odyssey, I hope they either A, release an early access and don't full release for at least a year. B, delay it. But yeah, Chrono Odyssey could be a good game, but the problem is that I think some people put the head on the nail on that, where it basically means that that I think Kira TV put it best. I was kind of like, I didn't agree with him initially, but after really kind of just sitting down and actually talking about it and looking at it, and objectively looking at it, it'll be a game that releases for a month that will basically burn people out, and they'll stop playing after a month, and then there'll be very few people playing after that. It doesn't have staying power. Like games with staying power, for example. I can say that name right now. It's quite a few games actually. Dune Awakening has really good staying power right now. It actually surprised a lot of folks, in fact. They have really good PvP and they have really good PvE. It's some of the best PvP and PvE I've seen in a while, in fact. To give you kind of a run through, if I wasn't playing this, I wasn't streaming, I'd probably playing freaking Dune Awakening some more. I've been solo running it a lot, and it's actually been pretty fun. I kind of did it to see how much I could accomplish by myself, and yeah, I would accomplish a lot by myself. Definitely speeds up once you get your ornithopter set up. That's when you actually start able to go around and farm stuff. Actually go around different like things and actually go to different destinations, open more stuff up, get your AA suit ready to go. Received a rare treat. Okay. Okay. Dune Awakening is definitely one of those games. Whoever made Dune Awakening, I really, really hope that LucasArts or somebody contacts them and says, make a Star Wars game for me. Of the same engine, same everything else, just with Star Wars stuff. I would love to see a Star Wars game made with the Dune engine. With the Dune Awakening engine. It would be wild, it would be crazy, and it would be fun.
Pick your jaws off the floor, boys.
Oh. Dark elf look, yes. Saw Tifa, now see a dark elf. Think she disappeared. Okay. Another game that's actually surprisingly stood the test of time has been Lost Ark and Black Desert, but sadly because of the because of how they get Black Desert could have been really peak right now. They killed their own game with the pay to win predatory stuff. Good gosh, Black Desert was like used to be fire PvP. It was enjoyable PvP. You could have like you could just you could get read up on by 3 or 4 people, or you guys get, and then basically everybody else runs up with them as well, runs up with you as well too, and it turns into like an all-out battle in just the middle of the field, out of nowhere. It's beautiful. It was enjoyable. Another one, Lost Ark did the game right, but after a certain point, I gotta pull out that wallet. If you don't pull out that wallet, boy, you'll get left behind. And then also on top of that, the raid mechanics were really good, but the problem was with those, the factor that you had to. They did more difficulty modes with. I wouldn't say difficulty modes. They did basically a mode with. Basically designed for randoms playing together, and then mode designed for like getting a group and stuff like that, because it kind of forces you to find a group or basically people of guild base to play together with. Even Final Fantasy didn't have it that bad when you actually play with randoms on there. Where are the ones that fallen? I'm looking for it. Oh. There we go. Fly through bombs. Oh, that's a grenade launcher. Booyah, destroyed everything. Talk about weapon of mass destruction there. Where's the bodies? It's a shame what happened to these people. I do feel that 2025 is going to be a good year for gaming, though. There's going to be a lot of, like, it's already been a lot of good things that happened this year. I think there's going to be a lot more games that happen this year as well, too. I think Borderlands 4 is going to be really good. I think that Dragon Contos is going to be really good. Check it out on my TikTok on that game. Actually, let me link it in the chat real quick. I can link it in multiple chats, in fact. Let me do that real quick. Let me do this here. Here goes. Yeah, there goes. This game should be getting a lot more love than it is right now. It's kind of sad. People are missing out on this sort of gun.
Are you a fan of Ragnarok Online, a Tree of Savior? But
there we go. Let me put this into the multiple chats here. Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that shenanigans. Thought I had a chat thing here. Of course, all my stuff gets taken away for a little bit. Feels like every time I stop streaming for a little bit, stuff gets taken away on my chat thing on here. But yeah, I'll post it here. And of course, this is strange. It didn't pop up in my chat either. So, going to time out this guy. Actually, not going to time him out because he's doing the... Okay. Okay. Oh, that's why they followed. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, let me do that first. Put that there. I'm going to put the other one I could do this today. TikTok's already got it, so I'm gonna put this one here. That game's getting slept on, for real, for real. The sleeping of people in this game was gonna be it's just unheard of, I swear. Dragontas is gonna be one of those games that will shock a lot of people. If they do it right, which I don't know if they will at this point.
Such
we'll see.
urgency. Greetings. For the Federation.
You know, charm. Alright. Collect the evidence. Uh-oh. Wow. Dang. There we go. That's like a boss character. And one more. There we go. There we go.
Such urgency.
Alright guys, I will be right back. I'm gonna hit the restroom up real quick. Damn, my voice is getting lost, guys. Alright, I am back and back. Okay. Finish this up. Sadly, I do have to leave. Because somebody wants to hang out a little bit. So, I'm going to call it a stream here. Let me see who's watching today. Let's take a gander. A few people in Twitch, okay. Almost everybody else is playing as well, too. I hate these ad breaks. Let's see what else is playing Terra Online, because, good gosh. Let's get some love to people on Terra. Gunner. Ah, looks like other VTubers are playing at the moment too. Send help. All right, I'm sending you guys over to send help to Fez Giz. We'll get a. They got all the commercials too, so I can't say nothing. Alright, we're gonna try to raise Fizz Giz.
Command strips remove cleanly, so you can make your space your own. Command, do no harm.
Looks like they're further in than I am. The rage. Alrighty. Well, looks like they're gonna be on longer. They've only been on for a few minutes or so. So, we're gonna do a raid, guys. Catch you guys later.
God damn it.
Looks like they were doing some fun stuff too. Alright, Twitch guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'll catch y'all later.
UN Golden Labs.
I think this one's good because of because it also gives you the 2.5 million from the turn-in.
Which one?
Golden Labs.
And then we'll see how many people are on Kick right now.
Nice. And hello, there are other people here. There's other people streaming Terra too, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of people playing Terra.
Really?
Yeah. No, I got stuck.
How are you, Coca?
Okay, let's see if people are watching on Kick, and I'll send you guys ready out on Kick as well.
You know what caused the spike though? Like, why is everybody just suddenly coming back? Or starting again?
Brandon's a huge Twitch streamer who started streaming it, posted a YouTube video about it.
Is that what happened? Is that how you found it, Drew?
That's part of it, and then just OG Terra people all saw it, and now everyone's playing it.
Really?
Then they said it. Yeah,
Everyone
that's correct.
read that.
See what else?
That it's like a non